All right, everybody, welcome back, and I'm gonna go through my neutral card review. So I'm gonna do common, rare, epic, legendary, and I'll start from the top level to the bottom level. So here is my scale, if you guys are unaware. 7 stars is first off, I rate these cards based off the Hearth Arena scale. So I use Hearth Arena as kind of like a benchmark. And if there's a card that's like too powerful, as there's some cards I disagree with on Hearth Arena, and I'll make a note of it. But for the most part, they have like a really good baseline for what the cards are. So, anyways, here going over these cards here. A 7-star card. It's a card that it's a 120 plus. This is a card that pretty much should be banned. Most of the most of the colossal minions fit into this. 6 mana, 100 to 120. These are cards that really are too powerful for Arena. They just make Arena bad. 5 mana. This can be a class-defining card. This can be a 5-star card, 91 to 100. These are class-defining or meta-defining cards. 4 mana. 4-star, 75 to 90. These are really good cards. These are cards that can swing the game for you. 3-star, 60 to 75. These are cards that are just good stats on curve. A 2-star card. These are the average cards. These are cards you have to take to kind of fill out your deck to make your deck work. A 1-star card. These are bad cards that have situational upsides where maybe in the right deck you'll take them. 0-star cards. These are cards you should never pick no matter what. So, let's start. Best card in the set, by far, starting in neutral, is this, Gangplank Diver. Gangplank Diver, 5 mana, 6/4, and dormant for 1 turn, rush. If you forgot about dormant, dormant means that for 1 turn, it cannot be targeted by you or the opponent. So, dormant for 1 turn, rush is basically, so there's 3 cards like this. This is basically the equivalent of you play a minion and your opponent cannot deal with it. So for example, Stranglethorn Tiger, that's a 5 mana 5/5 stealth. So there are cards like Deadly Shot or Flame Strike or whatever that could deal with it, but if it's but basically your opponent can't handle it. So it's 5 mana 6/4 with stealth, right? But it has this. Immune while attacking. So the first comparison I made here, neutrals, was, if this loads up, Evasive Worm. Hearth Arena, why do you not want to load up? Time right? Oh, okay, it loads up very small. All right, so Evasive Worm. Evasive Worm is effectively a 6 mana 5/3 rush with Divine Shield. 1 second. Okay, let me see. Does that load? I really don't want to. Okay, okay, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm sorry. Like I thought that it would be a little bit bigger here, but that card, it's like a really good card in the arena. So this, it's a better one, except it always has the Divine Shield each and every single turn. So this card is a 6-star card, and the reason for this is basically that it can just snowball games. Like, if your opponent plays this, you have to realize that you are going to lose whatever you play, your strongest thing. Like, maybe you can taunt it off, but you are going to lose your strongest thing for free. And then you need to have 4 damage of removal in hand to deal with this. And if you don't, it's just going to do that again and again and again. This is kind of like a ramming mount. That's a card that got banned. That comes out a couple turns later. And this is a common, and everyone has access to it. So, like I made in the other video when I was talking about the core set, I said I like Stone Skin Basilisk because that opened up a lot of options. Like, could you stall out the Basilisk? Could you just like play spells and not give the Basilisk a target? Could you wait until you had things that could handle the Basilisk? Here, because of that, you can't do that. It's just you have to like anti-tempo or you have to anti-play something. And that's just, it's really, really, really bad. I don't know, because it doesn't have an immediate effect, if it's better than Twin Tyrant, if it's going to be more powerful, but this is going to be significantly more frustrating, just because of how many times you're not going to be able to do anything. So, as I said, overall, 6-star card, completely busted in Arena. The next one I have is Pufferfist. So, Puffer Fist, 3 mana 3/4. After hero attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemies. So, Rogue has a dagger. Demon Hunter has their hero power, and to a degree, Druid has their hero power. So, this is basically a Despicable Dreadlord as a neutral for these classes. So, which is absolutely insane. That's why it's a 5-star card for them. Like Warriors, like I'm not sure why I'm grading Warriors, but Paladin and Shamans, Hunters, they get weapons. They can take advantage of this. And like at its absolute worst, it's just a 3 mana 3/4. So it's basically if you're a weapon class, that has weapons, you take this. If you're a weapon class that sometimes gets weapons, you take it just for the edge case. And if you're not, you just take it because it's 3 mana 3/4. Like that's the downside of it. So as I said, really, really good card. All right, next one here, Baba Naga. Baba Naga, go down here. 4 mana 4/4 Battlecry. If you've cast a spell while holding this, deal 3 damage. You could literally just coin this out on turn 3 and have a 4 mana 4/4 that deals 3 damage. So we have these like 4 mana cards. We have the Phoenix, we have the Bat Rider, we have the Burrowing Scorpion, etc. We've seen these cards. 3 damage is a lot different from 2 damage, but the problem is you need to cast a spell while holding this. And that is not as easy as it seems. Like the coin, obviously, but this is like in the mid game. The mid game, you draw this, this is a lot worse because you're not going to have spells to activate this. So that's kind of like why it's only a 4-star card and not a 5-star card, even though it's a lot more powerful than similar cards. All right, Excavation Specials. Let me pull that up here. Where's that? Here. 4 mana, 3/6, Battlecry Dredge, reduce its cost by 1. So the reason it's ranked up here is, number 1, Dredge is, as I said, it's a good mechanic. And this is on a 4 mana, 3/6. That'd be like basically a 3-star card by itself. The Dredge bumps it up to a 4-star card. This is just like a really good arena card, and especially like in the mid game, being able to find an answer is just a really good effect. As Sharan Sentinel. Get back up here. Where are you? I know. Doing it like the here. So I was thinking it was a different card. I was thinking it was a 3 mana card. All right, 5 mana 5/6 Taunt. So that's good by itself. That's like a high 3-star card, right? And then like that'd be a medium or high 3-star card. And then you put a Sunken Sentinel, which is a 5 mana 5/6 Taunt with Divine Shield and Lifesteal. Again, really good. These are both good. Like I said, we're in the kind of like average card, above average card level. So it's really good stats for the cost, right? So it's a solid card. We go down here. Reef Walker. Three mana, 3/2, Battlecry and Death Rattle. Summon a 1/1 Piranha Swarmer. The Piranha Swarmers, these are they have different. I was unaware that the Piranha Swarmers had different colors. This is the first time I've seen that this has happened. But okay, so it's a 3 mana 3/2 that deals 1 damage or puts something on the board. Like, that's perfectly fine. And then if you kill it, you get another 1/1 after it. And the Piranha Swarmer, they have like a bonus effect where after you summon a Piranha Swarmer, gain +1 attack. So like let's say you play this, you get the 1/1. And then somehow the 1/1 lives, but the 3/2 dies. So the 1/1 will become a 2/1, and you'll have a 2/1 and a 1/1, and they have Rush. So this is, to me, this is very similar to a Hog Rancher, where you had a 3 mana, where I want to say it's a 3 mana 3/2 that had a 2/1 that could deal damage. I say it's similar because you have like the Death Rattle effect, and because you do have mild Swarmer synergy. So again, good card for the stats, 3 stars. Treasure Guard. Go back here. Treasure Guard. This one. 3 mana 1/5 Taunt, Death Rattle, draw a card. This is Stonehill Defender. You don't get to discover a specific taunt, but you get +1 in stats, and you still get the effect of drawing a card. Stonehill Defender was kind of like a borderline 3 or 4 star card, like we had it in Arena. Like here, Stonehill Defender, that would be like a 3-star card on my Hearth Arena list. So this is just basically a Stonehill Defender analog, 3 stars. All right. The Tuskar Trawler. It's a 2-drop with Dredge. Again, whatchamacallit, the card Sightless Watcher in Demon Hunter. That's a 3-star card. Basically the same thing, 3-star cards. Dredge is a good effect, even if there's not enough synergy to really make it, but it's not busted, but it's a solid bonus effect. Click Clocker. Click Clocker is basically the replacement for Argent Squire. It's Argent Squire, but it can give a random mech in your hand +1/+1. So you're not going to have a random mech in your hand to give +1/+1. So it's a 3-star card. It's just a solid card on curve. Slime Scale Diver is another one of the Dormant Rush cards. Dormant for 1 turn, Rush, Poisonous. This seems low, and I'll explain why. Giant Wasp. Giant Wasp was in Arena. It has just been in Arena. Giant Wasp, if was a... You see, Giant Wasp, by Hearth Arena standards, was a 2-star card, right? If you go over here and you check... Okay, this one had Arena stats here. I mean, let's get rid of this. Has Arena stats here. I look at neutral cards, Giant Wasp. Giant Wasp has like a 53.2% deck win rate. And we see here like the really good cards, they're at the 57 to 56 to 55 range. 53.2 is... Here, sort this by deck win rate. Like the super powered stuff is like the 57s, the 56s, the 55s. These are like the really good cards, right? 53.2, if we get around this range, I mean, that's kind of like where your lone champions are, your Yetis are, your wing commanders if you have dragons, your loot hoarders, your Senjins, your Firehawks. So remember what I said about this. This is the Dormant Rush is the same thing as playing a minion that will automatically come out of stealth the next turn. So if you're going to use the Poisonous, you're not going to use it on something cheap. You're going to, like something weak. You're going to probably use this on something strong, right? Otherwise, it's just a 3-mana 2/4. And because it doesn't have stealth, like it has +2 health, but because it doesn't have permanent stealth, like you can just choose to, like, for example, play stuff that's like play cheap stuff, or play stuff like spells that don't summon things, and then just kill it off the next turn. So ultimately, it's a little bit better than a Wasp, which I rate personally a little bit higher than Hearth Arena, and so that's why it's only 3 stars. And I imagine there's a lot of people, because I remember when this card was out, there was a lot of people super scared of this card, but no, it's not that good. Pelican Diver. This is the last of the Dormant 1-mana Rush cards. All right, so it's a 1-mana 4/1, Dormant for 1 turn, Rush. Okay, so it's 1 mana for a delayed removal. And again, that's not bad. And if someone wants to say it's 3 stars, like, I wouldn't argue with them. But it's still a 1-mana 4/1 where you can just not do anything. You can play this on turn 1, then if you play a 2-drop, the 2-drop just kills this anyways. I mean, like a 1-mana 3/1 would not be good. A 1-mana 4/1 is decent. Like if we want to compare it to Worgen Infiltrator. Let's say that, Worgen Infiltrator. So it's a better Worgen Infiltrator, right? All right. Okay, I kind of talked myself. I think I talked myself moving this up to a 3-star card. So yeah, I talked myself move this up in the 3-star card because it's a better Worgen Infiltrator, but I don't think it's like really a great card. Like I'll move it up to like a 61 or something like that. All right, next one, Murkwater Scribe. Murkwater Scribe. Where's that one? This one. Battle Cry. The next spell you play costs 1 less. Someone is going to play this on turn 2, then try to coin out a 4-drop and just completely whiff on the effect. So, this looks good. This effect looks good. But, Mage has Shivering Sorceress. 1 mana, 2/2, reduce the cost of the hive spell in your hand by 1. Basically the same effect. Druid has, where is it? Enchanted Raven. A 1 mana 2/2 beast. So, we know from the Hearth Arena stats that the bonus effect really is not that strong. Like, honestly, it'd be like about 5 points, because the 2/2 in Druid is a lot better than the 2/2 in Mage. So the effect of reducing a spell by 1 mana is not really that great. So if we say, if a 3/2 is kind of like a mid to low 2-star card, is this really good enough to be a 3-star card? I don't think so. I think it's just really a 2-star card. Like a high 2-star card, but a 2-star card nonetheless. Rainbow Glowfish. Get up here. Rainbow, there it is. 2 mana, 2/3 spell damage. Okay, so again, it's a 2-drop with a mild buff. You're probably not going to be able to take advantage of, so it's a 2-star card. Selfish Shellfish. So this one, I know people are going to give me feedback on. So this looks insane. 4 mana, 7/7. Death Rattle. Your opponent draws 2 cards. So obviously, this hits something that's good. So here are the prompts. Number 1, we've had a card similar to this in the past, Dancing Swords. Dancing Swords was never really a good card. It was at its absolute best, it was a card you would take in specific decks, but it was never a card you liked. So this gives your opponent, because of the give your opponent a card, even though it was overstated for its cost on curve. So your opponent draws 2 cards. Remember, we still have a lot of hard removals. Big Game Hunter is still a thing. Like, this would actually be better as a 6/7 than a 7/7, just because of the omnipresent threat of Big Game Hunter. So Big Game Hunter is a thing. Soft removal is a thing. Like, it's meant to be in some sort of like Priest Silence synergy, but honestly, the Death Rattle here and how easy it is to just give your opponents 2 cards, and the impact of that cancels out like any of the bonus stuff it had. Like, we've had dragons like this. We've had Hoarding Dragon. We've had Hungry Dragon. So we know that those, like Hoarding Dragon. We know that Hoarding Dragon was sometimes okay. It was like an average card, 2-star card, for an overpowered minion that gave your opponent a bonus thing that could screw you over. So that's basically this. The downside well outweighs the upside, and the potential to lose the game singularly because of this card negates any potential upside it would have. So overall, I can't really say it's great. I can't even say it's good. That's why it's only a 2-star card. All right. Sea Scout Operator. If you control a mech, summon 2/1 Mecha Fish. Maybe Paladin and Mage, like, maybe they can make this work. The Mecha Fish, where are they? Well, they're cute. But I think for the most part, it's not going to be consistent enough, and it's going to be a 3 mana 2/4 much more often than it's going to work. So I can't really go more than 2 stars on it. Piranha. Okay, now we're down to the 1-star card. Piranha Swarmer. Piranha Swarmer. There's many different colors of these. 1 mana 1/1 Rush. That's 1 star. After you summon a Piranha Swarmer, gain +1 attack. So you don't draft these. Like, if you can get these off random generators, that's fine. But draftable by themselves, it's just not worth it. A 1 mana 1/1 is just not good. That's 1 star. Gorlock Ravager. 5 mana 4/3 Battlecry, draw 3 Murlocs. Let's say, like, even if this goes off, a 5 mana 4/3 to draw 3 cards is it's really not that great, and the Murlocs are going to be weak. So, like, even if you have the Murlocs, you're not going to have the Murlocs. But even if you have them, it's not going to work. So again, 1-star card. Security Automaton. Where are you? 2 mana, 1/3. After you summon a mech, you gain +1/+1. You're not going to have mechs. It's an understat 2-drop, 1 star. Barbaric Sorcerers. Over here. Taunt, Battle Cry. Swap the cost of a random spell in each player's hand. So you're not going to have like the synergy to like have a big spell be cheapened or anything like that. It's an understated taunt. It's just bad, 1 star. Naval Mine, 0 stars. We have these back. Death Rattle, deal 4 damage to the enemy hero. Like, it's an egg that doesn't even summon anything. It just deals damage. Alright, so really bad. Okay, going to rare cards. Let me see here. Oops. Here. Rare. Rare. Hello, Blizzard. Rare. Why are you not showing me rare? There it goes. There it goes. Alright, so the best one we have here. First one. The Mothership. Anyone, you get that reference? Let me know in the comments. I don't think you're going to get that one. 6 mana, 5/4 rush, Death Rattle, summon 2 random X that cost 3 or less. So, why this is good? Number one, we've had this card before. There was a card, it was in it was in Boomsday. It was Spark Drill. It was a 6 mana, 5/1 rush that put 2 1/1 rush sparks in your hand. So 6 mana, 5/4 rush is good, right? So the 2 random mechs that you summon, I mean, we've seen the mechs. If we go back here, go back to mechs. Like, again, Spider Tank's not going to be in here. But you look at the mechs. You got Argent Squire, Annoyatron, Explosive Sheep, that's bad. Naval Mine, that's bad. Automaton, that might get buffed depending on the order. Gorilla Bot, that's okay. Pops Cooler, that's okay. So these are the mechs we're going to summon. So you can kind of see these might not actually be the best ones. Like, there's the potential for like Explosive Sheep to mess up your board. There's the potential to get like a Naval Mine that just does nothing. Like, there's potential you get Security Automaton twice on the second one, and it's just a cheap card. Maybe Pops a Cooler can do something. Maybe Annoyatron can be annoying. But they're just like the mechs we're going to summon just really aren't that good. So it's a solid card. You put some stuff on the board. It's a good stats. 3-star card. Twin Fin Twin. So with the Twin Fin Twin, the Twin Fin summons a Fin Twin. So the Fin Twin is a 2 mana. So the Twin Fin is a 2 mana rush, 2/1 rush, and the Fin Twin as well is a 2/1 rush. So Twin Fin Twin summons a Fin Twin to deal 2 damage. So you can have this split where you can do 4 damage to different things. So this is similar. So this is I said this was similar to like what was it? I forget the card. It was also Boomsday. It was a 3 mana. You could do 2/1 to one thing. But being able to do this to multiple things, that's like just like a really solid effect. So it's kind of like 3 mana, deal 4. That's a good effect. You can have 2 2/1s on the board. This works with hand buffs. So again, like, this is a 3-star card. It's not like good enough to be a 4-star card, but it's just a solid 3-star card. Crush Scale Enforcer. Battle Cry. If you cast a spell while holding this, draw a Naga. Problem is, are you going to have Nagas? No. Are you going to cast a spell while drawing this? While holding this? Maybe. It, like, no matter what, it's still just a 3 mana 3/4. That's a 3-star card. Vicious Slither Spear. After you cast a spell, gain +1 attack until your next turn. Mana Worm is back, except it loses all its attack after a turn. So it's a 1 mana 1/3 that can maybe be a little bit better, but it's still ultimately a 2-star card. Not much needs to be said. Finally, 0 stars. Helmet Hermit. Cute. Has a little diving helmet here. 1 mana 4/3, can't attack. Yeah, just don't pick it. Alright, next we've got the epics. Go here to epic. Alright, first one. School Teacher. 4 mana 5/4. This is perfectly balanced stats. Battlecry. Add a 1/1 Nagaling to your hand. Discover a spell that costs 3 or less to teach it. So it's a 4 mana 5/4 that draws a card. And the card is a 1 mana 1/1, which has a battle cry to cast a 3 mana spell. So this is insanely good. 3 mana spells are really, really good. Like in any class, 3 mana spells are going to be really good. Let's just let's get rid of mechs. I mean, type. Okay, here, class cards. 0, 1, 2, 3. Spell. All right, like you go through these different cards here. Like Demon Hunter, you've got a bunch of good cards here. Like you can have a 1 mana deal 3 damage, 1 mana summon 3/3s at the wash, 1 mana deal 3 damage to a minion, maybe even 5. 1 mana, maybe draw 1 or 2 cards. 1 mana, deal 1 damage to minions, give your hero plus attack. So you have these cards. These are good cards. Druid, like, what's Feral Rage on here? I don't know why. Feral Rage is twice. You can get Frostwolf Kennels. You can get Landscape. Oh, no, you're not going to have Landscape anymore. Wild Growth, maybe. Like, that's not that bad, attached to a body. You got the quest lines. You got different things that you can do here. So, you're probably, like, 1 mana, get a trap. Like, get a freezing trap. Get a deadly shot. Get, this is potential. This is Discover. You can actually get a ramming mount off of this, because ramming mount is only banned from drafting, not from discovering. You've got build a snowman, 1 mana 1/1. You build a snowman, 1 mana, play a secret, 1 mana, like draw stuff. So again, like you take a look, like you've got the 0 mana cards, you're probably going to get something good. So like 1 mana Seal of Champions, like these are just like, all of these are really good, and they come from a fairly statted card on curve. So I might be overrating it a little bit, but I'm going to say it's 6 stars, just because I think this is like here, a 1 mana full-blown evil. Right? 1 mana Dreadsteed. 1 mana. At the end of your turn, turn this thing into a 4/4. A 1 mana 4/4 at the end of your turn. So it's like 1 mana Evolve. Like, oh yeah, 1 mana Evolve, obviously. Oh, here. 1 mana, like some of these cards, like 1 mana as Sharon Scroll. And I will go into this card later, but again, this is probably like the best of the put dredge cards, or the cards you want to dredge. So you look through these things. 1 mana Shadow Strike, 1 mana Tooth of Nefarian. And again, you can cast this whenever you want. 1 mana Switcheroo, draw 2 minions. 1 mana, deal 3 damage. 1 mana, draw something. Again, like even the cards are kind of like mediocre, like Horn of Rathian. It's still a 1 mana 1/1 draw card. So overall, the versatility, what it can provide, I would say 6-star card. You could talk me down to 5, but I would say 6. Amalgam of the Deep, next one here. Choose a friendly minion. Discover a minion of the same minion type. So, I do wonder if an amalgam chooses an amalgam, does it discover any kind of minion? I don't know what's going to happen there. All right. Anyways, I had this initially as a 3-star card, and I buffed it up to a 4-star card because of the Colossal Minions. Because if you remember, going back to the Colossal Minions, they are... All right, let me get rid of this. If you remember, going back to the Colossal Minions, all the Colossal Minions have like their own type. Like you have Beast here, you have Beast, you have Beast, you have Beast, Beast, Mech, Demon, Beast, Mech, Murloc. So they have their own type. So this is a way where, I'm not going to say it's reliable, but it's a way to try to fish for one of these like super powered Colossal Minions. And so for that, I bumped it up a few points just because of that potential to a 4-star card. I just like, I like, it would be a 3-star card, but the potential makes it a 4-star card. All right. Next one that I've got here is Smothering Starfish. 3 mana 2/4 Battlecry, summon, silence all other minions. You don't really need an AoE silence, but an AoE, but a fairly stated minion that has silence is good. That's a 3-star card, and that's what this is. Like, obviously, you might silence your own board, and that could be bad, but just the ability to stop something really stupid from happening, like the Owl. Ironbeak Owl is a pickable card. It's a 2-star card, really, in Arena for a 3-mana 2/1, and this is a 2/4. So, again, really good card, 3-star card. Naga Giant. Cost 1 less for each mana you've spent on spells this game. So, you play spell, like, you're going to have to play 10 mana worth of spells. Maybe that can happen, maybe that won't happen. So, it's not going to get cheated out. It's not going to be something that's, like, extremely small early on. But I do think that I think that the potential is there with how powerful some of the big spells are, that this could be a thing where you get to cheat it out. So ultimately 2-star, kind of like on the low 2-star end, but ultimately on the low 2-star end, but still an okay card. Slithering Deathwing, last one. No, sorry, Slithering Deathscale. If you've cast 3 spells while holding this, deal 3 damage to all enemies. So this is basically me saying you are not going to do this. So you're paying 7 mana for a 5/9, which is below average, and I don't think you're going to be able to hold this, or you're going to be able to cast the 3 spells to really activate the effect. If you do get the effect, if you do have a lot of spells, this does have potential. So, like, again, there are certain classes, like Shaman, I would actually take this a little bit higher. But I think overall, it's just going to be a little bit too difficult to handle, so 2 stars. Finally, the legendaries. Go down here. First one, Blade Master Okani. Alright, so Blade Master Okani, 4 mana, 2/6. Counter the next minion or spell that is played, aka counter the next minion that is played. In Arena, we have seen Okani has been in Arena. Yes, it has indeed. Has he been in Arena? Okay, never mind. He hasn't been in Arena. I swore I've seen him in Arena. Okay, I swore I've seen him in Arena. I swore I have seen him in Arena before. I guess it may have been off of Discover or something like that. But even when I did see him, he was kind of like mediocre. So, because it's basically, you're going to play it as a minion, which is going to be the mirror entity. And it basically just counters whatever is played. So overall, I just think it's 3 stars. Like, the effect is okay, but not really that great. 3 stars. Queen Ashara. If you cast 3 spells while holding this, choose an ancient relic. The relics are here. So after you cast a spell, it becomes a copy that costs 1. Horn of the Ancients, adding random colossal minion to your hand, it costs 1. So 4 mana to get a random colossal minion. Like, that's the one you're going to pick. The Zaltal, after you cast a spell, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. You're not going to pick this. Tidestone, shuffle 5 random spells in your deck, set their cost to 1, draw 2 cards. 1 mana, draw 2 cards, it's in. So, basically, Horn of the Ancients. Summon a random Twin Tyrant level minion. So, this, a 5 mana 5/5 that can do this, I don't think you're going to be able to do this, but I do think that the potential is there. So, as I said, 3 stars. I think it's a little bit too much setup to be able to do it reliably. Ambassador Phelan is, I've shown this one before, 4 mana 4/5, a Yeti. Put 3 colossal minions on the bottom of your deck. If you've got dredge cards, you pick this. If you don't, it's a Yeti. So I don't think you're going to have the dredge cards to get this to work. It's a 3-star card, which is basically what a Yeti would be. Eni Stormcoil. 5 mana 4/4. Choose a friendly mech. Summon a copy of it with Rush, Wind Fury, and Divine Shield. If you have any mechs, this is a great card, because you get a second copy of the mech with Rush, Wind Fury, Divine Shield. If you don't have any mechs, it's a bad card. I put it's like the very low end between 2 and 1, because I don't think you're going to have the mechs, but the upside of this is incredibly powerful. And finally, Sir Finley, Sea Guide. All right, not a one drop. Worst one drop in the game. Reason is, if you play this on one, you're going to shuffle your hand back into your deck, and that means like any curve cards you have, you're not going to get back. They're just going to be gone. So swap your hand with the bottom of your deck. So whatever cards you have at the bottom of your deck, they're just so if you have something like a colossal minion on the bottom of your deck for whatever reason, or you have a bunch of stuff that you could dredge, or like you could put on the bottom of your deck, you could play this and get that. That's potential. Later in the game, if you need to find an answer, you could do this and try to find an answer there. So there is potential to kind of like refresh your hand, but ultimately it's a glide. So I'd say it's a borderline 1-star card that I said is a 2-star card. All right, and that is it for the neutrals. When we come back, I'll be doing the classes together. I'll be doing Demon Hunter, Druid, and Hunter together. All right, so I will see you guys then.